Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I know this is not my regular content that I usually make, which is my podcast content, but I have to testify. As you can see by the title, Laura had blessed me with a brand new car, and I wanted to keep it to myself. I wanted to keep this blessing to myself, but I feel like the Lord placed it on my heart to talk about how he did it. And maybe there's somebody out there who waiting on the Lord to provide them a new vehicle. And why not let this be an encouragement? So to start off, the previous vehicle I used to own was a 2009 Toyota. I love that car. It took me from point A to point B, but when I took the highway, my car started making like weird noises. I became very paranoid because the noise was just, it was not it, y'all. Like, I had to like slow down in the middle of the road on the highway because if I went past 80, if I went past 80, there was a lot of stuff going on, okay? When I got up here, I'm like, dang, I really feel like I need a new car. Like, God is telling me I need a new car. But I always push it to the side because at this time, I was not working. I did not have a job to keep up with the payments for my vehicle. I did not have that. And I'm like, why put myself in a position to where I have to get a new vehicle and I don't have the money to afford a new one? Fast forward to February of this year. Me and my family was at a hotel. The feeling of getting a new car, the burden, the Lord made it such a burden that he needed me to get a new car. But like I said, I'm like very small-minded. This is why he said we have to walk by faith, not by sight. I'm very, very small-minded about, yeah, God, this doesn't make any sense. Like, now around this time, I did not have a job. I have already moved. I am unemployed. I had no money saved up because with all the deaths that was happening in my family last year, like, the money's gone, okay? Money's gone. No proof of income, no nothing to get a new car. Fast forward, I ended up going on a fast because it was so heavy on my heart to get a new car. Like, everybody around me was telling me to get a new car. My mom, my uncle, like my wife, everybody's telling me to get a new car. And even my dad, before he passed, he said he wanted me to get a new car. But I was so fixated on like, no, this is the wise thing to do. The wise thing to do is to stick with the 2009. No car payments, no nothing. I kid you not, I ended up getting a dream, and he ended up putting videos on my page of what would happen if I did not change my car, which was result in a car accident. Like, he showed me somebody else who did the same thing, and they got into a car accident to where they were forced to have to get a new car. So I'm like, do I want to go through that? Nah, I'm not going to go through that. I don't want to put myself in that position. So I went on a fast just for clarity because, you know, I don't want to be misled, like the enemy me thinking that it's the enemy or myself trying to pressure me into getting a new car. So I went on a fast. He confirmed it. Boom. And I had fear. I wanted to fast that Sunday. I went to go get my car that Saturday. Like, you know, 6 days passed. And I was so embedded with fear that entire week because I'm like, there is no way I'm about to get a new car. Mind you, let me backtrack, okay? In November of 2025, I had checked out this exact car. And I'm like, God, if I were to get blessed with money tomorrow, I'm looking to get this car. I said that. And I had a screenshot of this car in my phone. In my phone. Since then, I had that screenshot of that car that I wanted. That whole entire week leading up to when it was time for me to get the car, I had already came into the agreement that I was going to get a used car. I was like, I'm going to get a used car. Payment's not going to be that bad. I'm just going to settle for a used car, and we're going to go from there. So that's my mindset. I was like, 2024, 2023, Toyota. I love me a Toyota. So I'm going to go for that. I stood on that, okay? I stood on the decision that I was going to get a used car. So that entire week leading up to getting my new car, that 6 days period, I kept seeing the vehicle that I wanted. I just kept seeing it every single day. I kept seeing it at the hotel. I just kept seeing it over and over and over again. And I'm like, no, God, you're not telling me to get a brand new 2026 car. You're not telling me to do that because that is not logical. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So I ended up, it was a day to go to the dealership to get the new car, whatever. And right before I left to go to the dealership, I saw the exact car that I wanted parked in front of my hotel room door. And I was like, Mom, I think this is a sign. But the night before, I said, Lord, please guide me with the decision with purchasing a car. Because I was like, I don't want to get something that you don't want me to get. Like, I don't want to get a used car, you want me to get a new one. I don't want to get a new one and you wanted me to get a used car. So I'm like, please guide my steps. Please guide me. So we get to the dealership and we went to the used car section first. I have found this nice 2024 car. It was beautiful, y'all. It was so nice. It was perfect. I just at least wanted a car that was better than my last one, and it had like a screen, because my last car, obviously 2009, I had to get like an aux cord, and it was too much of a hassle with this. So I was just like, yeah, it at least have to have a screen. So I loved it. It was perfect, and like I probably wasn't barely gonna pay anything for it because my mom was already planning on putting a certain amount down, and so I was like, cool, you feel me? So I'm like, Mom, this is it. This is perfect. Let's go. And she was like, I don't like it. It got like scratches on there. Like, let's keep looking. You'd even at least go to the new car section. So I was like, okay, fine. We're just gonna go look. But I already have my mind made up on this car, period. So we get to the new car section, and it turns out the exact car that I wanted, they had it in all the colors. And I was like, oh, okay, God, I see what you're doing. But mind you, I'm still thinking about getting the used car. I was like, okay, I picked the exact car that I wanted, the new car that I wanted. I picked it out, and I was like, I'm going to, whoever was my salesman, I was going to compare the two prices, how much I'm going to be paying every single month. Like, that's what I was going to do, honestly, me personally. I was just going to do that. But the salesman really, really, really wanted me to get the 2026. So he was like, you want to drive in it? I was like, okay, cool. So we went through the process, test drove it and everything. And y'all, I fell in love immediately. Okay? I fell in love immediately. To the point where I forgot about that 2024 car. I completely forgot about it. I'm driving. I'm like, okay, she nice or whatever. She nice. So he convinced me, okay? And I completely forgot about the 2024 car. And we went through the whole process and everything like that. Y'all, I was not supposed to get this car. Remind you, I told you I did not have a job. I didn't have proof of income. I didn't have anything. I was not supposed to get this car. Like, even my salesman was just like, do you want your mom to co-sign? But mind you, my mom already co-signed on my brother's car, so she can't co-sign again. And so I'm like, God, this has to all be you. If this is your will, I'm going to get the car regardless of anything. All I had was my credit, y'all. I had nothing but credit. It wasn't enough, because even when I tried to put my old job, because it hasn't been that long since I had quit my job, I still wasn't making enough to get this car. I was only making $35K at the time, less than $35K at the time. And the car was over $40K. So I did not qualify for this car at all. And my salesman had to keep going back and forth with management, trying to give me discounts. And mind you, y'all, he told me to get this car, and it was already the end of the month. So you already know how dealerships are about selling cars at the end of the month. So I feel like that's what also helped play a part in me getting this car. And so he's going back and forth with management. He's lowering the price. But it's like, it's not what my mom wanted. She was like, no, you can go lower. Like, if it wasn't for my mom being there, bro, she know how to get her way, bro. My mom definitely know how to get her way. So I'm like, she gonna get it. She gonna get him to lower it. So he was able to lower like my monthly payments by like $200, like, well, $300. And I was like, oh, for a new car, like less than $500. Are you serious? So I'm like, okay, so am I gonna still be able to get the car? Because he's lowering it, but he's hoping like I'm gonna get approved for it. And so I'm freaking out, like I'm shaking. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I really hope I get it. Like, God, if you brought me here, I know I am going to get this car, even though I do not qualify for it. So the guy came and he's like, congratulations. I'm like, congratulations? He was like, yeah, it's yours. He handed me the keys. Like, he brought me to the upper room, and I got the car. With only a credit score, y'all. With only a credit score, I got the car. And it's like, my name is on the car, and I only had a credit score for it. Like, that is crazy to me. That was the whole process that I went through. Still to this day, I have the car, and I am just so grateful. It took me so long to testify, because I'm just like, I feel like the story isn't finished. I really, really want to wait till like my car was paid off. But I was like, you know, you don't have to wait until the blessing is solidified for you to testify. I feel like you already getting that thing, God doing his thing to help you get that thing that you're praying for, that you're asking for, is enough to testify. And so that's why it took me so long. But if you're hoping for a new car, if you're praying and asking God for a new car, he will help you. He will guide you. He cares about your desires. And yeah, so that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.